Welcome everybody back to the Buds Podcast, episode 8. Right now we're in kind of some unprecedented times with sports not going on, but we have some glimmer of hope as of late. On Saturday night, we had our first live sporting event with the UFC. I think it was 249. They had some good fights. They had a TKO, a couple TKOs. But the one sport that is kind of aimed to be coming back is the NBA. Me and Mort addressed it a little bit in the A&M and the AM last Wednesday. We talked about it, but a lot more news since then has come out. So we're going to talk about it coming back a little bit, and we're going to talk about this 3/4 of the season that's already happened. We're going to give our thoughts on the MVP and Rookie of the Year and other teams and stuff like that. So I'll let you take it away, Nick.
Okay, so let's go over what teams were the most overrated, underrated heading to the playoffs. So let's start in the Eastern Conference.
I think honestly, my top two most underrated teams were the Heat and the Sixers.
Sixers underrated?
Yeah, underrated.
I agree with the Heat, but I don't know about the Sixers.
See, the Sixers, that away record, though. They can't win on the road.
They started off decent and fell off, too.
Yeah, and them being a 6 seed, they wouldn't get home field or home court advantage. So that would kind of screw them in the end there.
I'm just kind of staring at the Pacers. I mean, I know they're always in it because they're decent, but to be the 5th seed, it's kind of crazy.
I mean, the Pacers somehow always pulled out. They got a good lineup with Sabonis. They got TJ Warren there. Victor Oladipo was just coming back.
Brogdon was carrying them.
I feel like they could have made a deep run, and they could have made it out of the first round easily.
Yeah, I think they could have beat the Heat there.
Series. No, I would have liked to see them drop down to the 6 and face the Celtics. I think they could have easily beat the Celtics.
Wow.
That's a pretty hot take.
Honestly, even though the Raptors are the 2nd seed, I feel like they're still the most underrated team here. Everyone slept on them.
They're underrated for the fact of they lost Kawhi, and they're
honestly a better team without him. If you look,
they almost had more wins than last year, right?
It's just I don't know how they do in the playoffs.
Yeah, the Bucks are so good. I'm just kind of sleeping on the rest of them. I haven't really worried about the rest of the East.
So I'll go with
Celtics.
I'll go with my overrated team. I'll change it to the Sixers there because you're right that them being a lower seed and having that horrible away record, but people are still hyping them up because of them being the Sixers and having Ben Simmons and Embiid and.
Yeah, the Celtics. Yeah. I mean, the Sixers should be the 4th seed with how good their team is, but they're just not.
Oh yeah, they should easily because they got. I mean, but I feel like they went they're trying to play a big lineup, but you really can't do that.
Part of it, I think Embiid was hurt for a little bit or something, so I see why they're there. But
another overrated team I'll have to go with the Nets.
I mean, they had the 8th seed last year. They just moved up one. They're good to go.
They're tied for the 8th seed, basically, though.
Yeah.
When you look at it, they're tied for that 8th seed.
They have absolutely no competition in the East, so of course they're gonna sneak through every time.
All right, I'm back. My suspension's over. Most overrated team.
Who do you think, Chiefs?
Who do you think? I don't want to say it.
Just say it.
Just say it. The Bucks.
The Bucks? Why do you think the Bucks are the most overrated team with a 53-12 record? Please tell me. I would love to hear.
I mean, they're not making it past the second round. They only have 2 good players. Middleton.
The Magic are beating them? You're telling me the Magic are beating them in the first round?
I don't know. I'm saying they're not making it past the second round.
Past the second?
To be honest with you, the only competition I think the Bucks have are the Celtics.
They're literally going to lose to a team like the Nets. Watch it happen.
Yeah, but can Jimmy guard Giannis?
Yeah.
I mean, the Bucks were on a 3-game losing streak before the year ended.
I don't know. Giannis isn't – he's not ready. That's a hot take, but he's not.
Yeah, I think Giannis is ready.
The only thing lucky for Giannis, he doesn't
Bro.
have to deal with Kawhi.
Like, this is even hotter hot take, but Giannis is gonna be an AI 2.0. He's not. He's never gonna win a championship.
Whew.
Maybe not with the
I
Bucks.
think the Bucks are building around him way better than AI was ever built around.
Definitely, AI never had another All-Star on the team.
There's
with him.
no way the Bucks are winning it this year. I'll give you that much.
This is probably one of the easiest years, if it continues, one of the easiest years for the Bucks to make it. No hate against the Raptors, but
Yeah.
this
But
is probably one of the easiest years for them to make it.
there's no way they're gonna beat a team in the West.
No, that's what I was going to say later on, but now we
They'll
said that
make
now.
it, but they'll make it, but they won't win more than likely, unless a weird team makes it out in the West.
Yeah, now somebody sneaks in. I don't think they had it.
It'll be Lakers versus Magic.
So we
Excuse
just
me?
moving to the West then, if we're just talking about the
I
finals,
guess.
or
Yeah, we can just move.
We'll
We can
just
just
go
move
to the
right to the
West.
Yeah,
West.
Eastern Conference, you fucking suck. Let's go.
Okay.
Okay, the
Most underrated team, the Thunder.
Thunder. Yes.
Thunder,
I got-
without a doubt.
I think the most underrated is Dallas.
how's be Thunder?
Dallas, Dallas and Thunder. I think the
But Thunder
South
more
is
than
kind of
Dallas.
stirring up some stuff down there.
Yeah, but
Hey, the Thunder were supposed to be tanking, and the fact that they're a fifth seed in the West, like,
that's crazy.
The fact
It
that
just
Chris
makes it
Paul
even-
is having a resurgence of a
yeah,
career.
it just
in
shows how good
Oklahoma
CP3
City.
really is.
Shea
That he
Gilgeous
can-
Alexander too.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
gonna say
yeah.
I want to go on record saying that when they made that trade for Shea, I said that him and CP3 were going to be a problem, and they are.
Yeah, I knew Shea was going to be good.
Shea learning from CP3 is going to be the best thing that's happened to him.
Mm-hmm.
They already won that trade by a mile.
Golden
yeah.
State
Oh,
Warriors,
definitely,
Because
yeah.
Paul George hasn't been the same on the Clippers yet.
Bro, the Golden
No,
State Warriors. Jesus Christ.
What?
What happened to the Warriors?
Injuries
Every
and
injury,
Everything.
That's like
Literally-
depressing.
They had a G League lineup for most of the year.
Oh, but
yeah.
that's like kind of depressing. Like they were like the best team literally a year ago.
They'll be a playoff team next year.
Oh
Probably.
yeah. They'll bring James Wiseman in, and they'll be good. Have Curry, Clay, Draymond.
Should
I
we
mean,
count
they'll be-
Wiggins.
Forgot about Wiggins.
They might fuck around and get like LaMelo.
Huh?
I mean, after looking at that though, I know the Nuggets are good, but how are they still the third seed? Is it just because the Jazz underperformed for a
Jokic.
little bit?
See, the Nuggets, and then I was going to touch on the Jazz, are my overrated teams. They always make it as a top 5 seed, but never make it past, sometimes not even the first round.
I would say the Rockets are overrated too, but that's just me.
See, yeah, I think the Rockets and Jazz are.
Yeah, the Rockets, if they versus the Nuggets, they're in first round at 100%.
Well, yeah, because
Yeah, they have
Jokic,
no big.
Oh,
Jokic is going to walk down the lane against them.
Jokic will like make
He's
PJ Tucker retire.
They're overrated.
They need to get a center next year.
I don't
think
understand. I still
small
don't
ball's
understand why
not
they
gonna
traded Capella.
One thing, I'm not saying the Grizzlies can beat the Lakers, but I think they could put up a good fight, like 6 or 7 games, if they play in the playoffs.
If it's not a sweep, it's 5 games.
No,
Yeah, I think
max.
5 or 6.
they could put up 6 or 7.
Well, the first round's 5, isn't it?
No, it's 7.
Mhm.
It's a 7. Okay, never mind.
It's all
Yeah,
Yeah,
it hasn't,
okay, so I was
it hasn't
like,
been
it ain't
5
baseball.
since the 90s, bud.
Yeah, I'm thinking about baseball then.
Yeah, I think the Grizzlies can put up a fight. Like at least, I'm saying at least 5 games,
My
possibly
They,
6.
they
7.
might get a win off the Lakers.
No.
See, my dark horse to take the Lakers to 7. This was at the season
It's
where
mad.
to
It's going to be
Nope.
the Rockets, isn't it?
It
Nope.
cannot be.
the Pelicans.
Huh?
I mean, they got that 3.5 game. The Grizzlies got that 3.5 game on lead on them, but
No,
sure, if you want.
If the Pelicans had the 8th seed, they would be out of all these teams here, I would have them taking the Lakers to 7, just because they have a deep team. The Lakers, they have a good bench, but I feel
I
like
would
the
say
Pelicans
6
have a low.
max.
I'd rather
Yeah,
pick
say
the
that's not
Minnesota
something.
Shitwolves.
Anthony Davis would. Both
ESPN would love that. But when they played each
Oh.
other full strength, the Lakers won by 20.
Did they play each other both times, right?
Yeah, and then they played each other
they got
again,
both.
and it was like a lower score, but still.
Okay.
The Pelicans would have had to make it there first, and considering that they're tied with the Kings at this current point, I don't see them making it.
The Kings, I don't know what the Kings are. They're a weird team. They always do horrible at the beginning of the season, then make like a resurgence middle of the season, win like 20 games.
This is gonna end the streak of Greg Popovich, right? Of like the playoff streak.
Yeah.
Yeah, this ends it.
The Spurs are done.
How many years was that? 20-something?
20-something?
Yeah. But I mean,
that's an incredible streak.
That's what happens. Even good coaching can't get a modern day Jordan into the playoffs. Like, it just shows. The modern day Jordan and DeRozan, he can't make the playoffs with them. That's all.
So I think the next thing we have to say, who do we have coming out of the West? We already said who we kind of had coming out of the East. So we have Lakers and Bucks.
Mine's Lakers and Bucks, yeah.
I mean, that's what everyone's going to say, but
I don't think
because I mean, here's the fact: did the Raptors have a chance of going back to back?
Yes.
At all?
Yes, I think they do. I think they do only if the Bucks aren't. I mean, I know the Bucks aren't going to make it. I feel like if they make it to the Eastern Conference Finals and the Bucks or Celtics aren't there, they're making it.
Yeah, they could get on a good roll. They could get on a good roll and steamroll through some teams.
They could beat the Celtics.
Catch Giannis on a few nights and steal some, but like I don't know.
See, I'm not a rider of the Lakers, but if they get to the finals, say the season continues, they get to the finals. LeBron owns the Raptors.
Oh yeah. It's the LeBronto Raptors. We all know that.
He literally owns every team in the finals.
And who's gonna guard LeBron on the Raptors?
OG
and Nobi.
OG and Nobi.
Didn't OG guard him on?
Yeah, and he got bodied.
Yeah.
I mean, it was good defense. It was a good shot.
But yeah, who do you have? You can't match up against that lineup of LeBron and AD.
Hey, Rondo and Big Booty Lowry going at it would be kind of crazy, but
I mean, the Raptors have one of the top defenses this season so far, so you never know. And they did beat the Lakers.
It would definitely be an interesting matchup.
One thing back in the East is that the Brooklyn Nets. Now, if the season does happen again, Kevin Durant might come back.
No, he just said today he's not.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Never mind. But
because Andrew and I had talked about that, but he came out today and said that.
I was worried about that.
All I'm saying
I was too. That would have been nasty, but he wouldn't have been as good, so I guess it wouldn't have mattered. It would have helped him for like the first round, maybe, but that was it.
Their bench would have been amazing because they would have probably honestly had KD coming off the bench, and
probably to give him
Karis LeVert would be the best six man.
Yeah. Like that team.
Well, I think it's still Dinwiddie. I think they still start LeVert at shooting guard. Dinwiddie's too good off the bench.
Yeah, I guess.
Because then because then Kyrie would be back at full strength, and they would have Kyrie, LeVert, probably they got Tarion Prince. They would run him at 3.
DeAndre Jordan was a bench player for them.
Yeah,
I don't know why they signed him.
It made no
Jared
sense.
Allen going crazy.
Because they thought DeAndre Jordan was going to do something, and he's a roster bubble player now at this point in his career.
Before the start of the season, the most overrated team would be the Nets. Like before the start of the season, everyone thought they were finishing top 3.
No, because everybody knew they weren't going to have KD.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, everyone knew they were going to be a bubble playoff team because they had Kyrie, and people know Kyrie can't lead a team by himself. And so they knew they were going to be like
Kyrie's been injured all year too, though.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, Dinwiddie single-handedly led them to the playoffs last year, so he kind of knew they were going to do it again.
I think they're in the spot that everyone should have thought they'd be.
Yeah, they're where they should be.
I knew they were going to be between 8 and 5 for their ranking because the Heat were a surprise team, so I wasn't expecting. The Heat are – I mean – talking about future, the Heat probably have the best future here.
They had some good nights. They looked nice.
The Heat
other nights though, I saw them get torn up. I don't even remember who it was against. It was like a borderline playoff team. They got torn up by them. So
Because like
he just had their own nights.
the future like teams I see here in the East are Miami. And honestly, I got to go with the Hawks. They're not as good, but they got a lot of potential. And I feel like they'll be a playoff team by next year.
If they get Toppin or somebody, yes.
Yeah.
But then I don't know. Toppin doesn't help them because they already have what's the name, power forward,
Collins.
Collins.
Yeah.
But I've heard him in a lot of trade. But but he's a really good player. If you look at his stats, like he's very undervalued.
OB would have to go to the 3, and then we might be talking.
I mean, they got Cam Reddish.
Yeah, they got Cam Reddish. They got
he's a career G League player. They just got to accept it.
And they got Hunter, Daniel Hunter, right? Daniel Hunter, is that his name? I feel like I'm thinking of an NFL player.
Oh, the guy they drafted from Virginia.
Yeah,
It's something Hunter.
Yeah,
I forgot he's a small forward. So I mean, he could play the 2 and be their defender because they don't have any defense outside of. I mean, Collins can play defense and Capella, but outside of that,
That would be a good front court.
Yeah, see, they I feel like they're making the playoffs. They're an up-and-coming team. Them and the Heat are going to be top seeds. Like, except the Bucks because they have Giannis and everything. Who knows? He might leave, but probably not. They're going to offer him like a $250 million deal and make him the richest NBA player. But
Could the Wizards become a playoff team once John Wall is healthy?
No.
I think if they hit some good picks in the draft, I think they could because they got a lot of picks.
I haven't seen that man John Wall play since like 2016.
I know. I forget John Wall exists, but then I remember I'm like, dang, he did run the East as the best point guard for a while.
John Wall's injury is actually a good thing for Beal. He's become like a superstar.
Yeah, Beal
unless he gets traded. John Wall's injury was the best and worst thing to happen to Beal because he could have gotten traded because of it.
Yeah. I mean, Beal, you can tell he's pissed off with that organization, though.
Mm-hmm.
He's just Beal is just pissed off with the NBA. He didn't get voted into the All-Star game. They're not helping him in any way. He is literally
he's on the Wizards.
Yeah, I mean,
if I was Beal, I would get the fuck out of that franchise. They're not building around him.
If the Wizards are one of the lucky ones to to move up and get Melo, and he's with John Wall next year and Beal, I think that works. I mean, I guess John Wall wouldn't be 100% either, but
I mean,
obviously,
when you think about it, that means Melo would probably be running like the 3,
or just off the bench.
True.
You can learn from John Wall for sure, and then Beal there. I mean, and then they have a few more picks, like I said. I think they could make some moves.
Yeah. Another team that I think is another up and coming. I have like 3 or 4 up and coming teams in the West here. I got the Mavericks, the Grizzlies, the Pelicans, and possibly the Suns.
Oh yeah,
yes sir.
I know the Suns are a fan favorite here in the Buds group.
Yeah, Suns low key my second team.
Even though Booker might get traded,
no,
I feel.
I just like their roster, like their starting lineup.
They need a legit point guard. I know Rubio did decent, but get Devin Booker a legit point guard and play some defense. He'll be good.
Imagine
they haven't had a legit point guard there since Steve Nash.
Yeah.
Imagine this: John Wall and Devin Booker.
Oh, because John Wall needs like 2 years to come back, and he's gonna be like 30-something by that. Well, he actually is like 30.
They don't want his contract though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying.
But I mean, you get John Wall because how many years is John Wall? I feel like he has like 2 or 3 more years on that big contract.
Yeah, I think he's on like a max or something before he got hurt.
So you bring him in on that last year of his contract. You got John Wall, Devin Booker, Kelly Oubre, Aaron Baines, and DeAndre Ayton.
The Suns need to trade up and get LaMelo Ball.
Oh my, that would be. Or
him and Booker. Oh my gosh.
RJ Hampton would fit well there, I think.
Yeah, I thought him too. Yeah, he'd be nice. Because like he's another like guy that is like a slashing type. Just let Booker and Oubre shoot.
And his value has dropped immensely because he wasn't really talked about in the Australian league.
And he got hurt. Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like he could drop to bottom 10s, and the Suns could pick him up.
I think the
Nice.
Suns are projected like 7-ish, something like that.
I mean, they have 26 wins, so I know they're going to be on the backside of the
Oh yeah.
lottery probably, because when you look at the East, the 9th seed has 24 wins. So you got, hold on, let me see this real fast, what they would be projected. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They would be projected about 10.
That's saying it goes in order too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could get lucky.
So they would be projected about the 10th pick. So they could get like a Nico Mannion. Oh, Nico, he would be a good.
He's stay in Arizona.
Yeah, stay kind of like they did with 8 in there. I mean,
Yeah.
I think anyone over Rubio would be good for them.
I mean, Rubio is a good fit, kind of.
He's good
He
to
just can't
pass the
score. He
ball.
can play defense and can pass what Booker needs, but like they need another scoring option too.
Yeah, Booker can't do everything.
Because Booker's back ding near hurts every night, and the man's only 21 years old.
I mean, for God's sake, he scored 71 for them, and didn't they lose that game? I feel like.
I think so.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
And they
By
still
like 20 or
celebrated.
something.
They still celebrate like they won the game.
The man scored 71 points, and they still lose. That's something. Since we're talking about kind of the draft and who's going where and everything, who do you guys think are like your probably top 5 prospects in this year's draft? I mean, I know they have the NBA has theirs, but I know I have my certain feelings on who I think is going to go top 5, considered who's ranked there actually.
Mhm.
I mean, LaMelo Ball is obviously on top 5.
Yeah.
Like players like that.
James Wiseman.
Yeah, I got LaMelo, James Wiseman.
I don't know. I saw Wiseman dropping though.
It depends on who gets it. If the Warriors get it, they take him.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Him or Obi Toppin. They might just mess around and take Obi Toppin.
And Obi Toppin's draft stock has risen a lot, I feel like. But he's still kind of like I feel like he's a later 10th pick for me.
He said himself he wants to. I mean, of course, everybody wants to go to the Warriors and like wants to get drafted one, but like he said he wants to go there. He thinks he could fit there. I mean, that would be them taking him. They don't put him at the 3, obviously. I mean, plus they have Wiggins. That means they take him and they trade Donkey for another bench player.
Donkey.
Well,
or a starting level center. I mean, even though Marquise Chris did good for them.
Another player I think a lot of people are sleeping on that I personally think is going to go number 1 is Anthony Edwards.
Yeah.
I feel like Golden State's going to take him, throw him at the I think he's going to go number 1. They're going to take him, throw him at the 3, and then it's going to be he adds kind of a defensive factor into that team that they need at that 3 position.
Dang, then Wiggins cries all day that he's not starting anymore.
No, and then they trade Wiggins for another first-round pick.
Ooh,
Wiggins just going everywhere now.
I feel like Cole Anthony. Was just like overlooked because
Now he was projected top 5
year.
until he got hurt.
Yeah.
He fell off after he got hurt.
Yeah, but another reason was because UNC did so bad this year. They're supposed to be a top team.
Yeah, after he got hurt.
Yeah.
Which I feel like that, since he got hurt, the team did bad. Like you see his value on a team.
See, I feel like
He's going to drop.
I think he goes to the Knicks.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. It's going to be the most Knicks thing to do is take a point guard that was injured in college.
Especially LaMelo goes before him. Yeah, he goes to the Knicks.
Yeah.
I think him with the Knicks is a better fit than LaMelo. I mean, that's kind of biased because I don't want LaMelo to go to the Knicks, but I still think it's a better fit.
Another person I have going top 5, which he's a known player, but like not a lot of people know about him, is Danny Avicii.
The Israel guy?
Yeah. I mean, he's a good player. I've watched some film on him. He's a good player. I feel like he's going to come in the league and kind of be not as good as Luka, but he's going to have Luka flashes to him, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's kind of like that forward, that point forward type of player that he can take control of the game if he has to. And I mean, my top 5, it's in no order: Anthony Edwards, LaMelo Ball, James Wiseman, Danny Avicii, and probably Cole Anthony, just for the fact.
I don't know. I mean, I know no players from Duke are going top 10 this year probably, but I mean, I followed Cassius Stanley when he was in high school, and
I
I
mean,
feel like
everyone
big
would-
bald-headed dude.
I
and
mean, everyone
and-
was forced to follow him while he was in high school. He was plastered on every ESPN
I
account.
know,
With his big old bald head.
but I really feel like he can be like a Ben Simmons kind of type. I mean, not as good though. I feel like
He's not as tall as Ben Simmons either.
he's 6'6".
Yeah,
Ben
he's
Simmons
Simmons
is
is like
6'9".
6'10". Yeah.
He's like small compared to Ben Simmons. Though.
Well, I mean, yeah,
Did he even declare this year?
yeah.
Oh yeah, he's projected second round.
Some of these guards are like fucking giant. I don't understand.
They're basically forwards that were forced to play like they're point guards that were forced to play like center in high school because they were so tall. So, but they still have good ball handling. So
Exactly, and they're quick.
yeah. So most of these guys I feel like you're gonna kind of see a wave of Ben Simmons, Luka, LeBron type players that are forward but have ball handling to them.
Mhm.
Yeah, like the tallest guard is 6'9" this year.
Who's that?
LeBron.
Josh Hall.
Oh, and going into the draft. Oh, I thought you meant the league.
We literally just said Ben Simmons is 6'10".
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Okay,
Chill.
never mind.
All right.
I think that sums up the draft portion.
Yeah, so that sums up the draft for us. And you were talking about LeBron, Luka. So I feel like we need to address our award winners because I knew they kind of came out with at the end of what would have been the NBA season, which was like 20 games left in the season. They kind of came out with who would have won MVP, Defensive Player of the Year. So I feel like we need to put our input on that.
I mean, I feel like there's only three really important, like, in my opinion. I mean, I'm not disrespecting like the sixth man of the year. And the
I was gonna say
coach.
I don't give a crap about the sixth man. I was gonna
Yeah.
take a guess, but
But I feel like the three most important ones are MVP, Rookie of the Year, and Defensive Player of the Year.
What about most improved?
No, I do want to give my opinion on most improved.
I
I mean,
think we
yeah,
all
I
know
mean-
who it's gonna be for
Man,
everybody.
just
So
toss in the most improved.
Should we start
Okay.
with that?
Yeah, just start with the most improved.
Okay.
let's just go down a line real quick before we give explanations. 'Cause I think we're all gonna say the same person,
Yeah.
so there's no point.
Oh,
Yeah, but we all thinking Brandon Ingram.
Huh?
Yeah, I was thinking Brandon Ingram.
I thought Siakam.
Like he already won it last year though.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot he
kinda-
won it last year. Never mind.
It's kinda
Yeah, I
hard
could
to
say
win it
I
2
could
years
get
in a
behind
row.
Brandon Ingram.
yeah,
I was gonna say Brandon Ingram or Luka.
I mean, some people think Siakam could win again, but that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I said it because I've seen a ton of people saying that he should get it again. That's the only reason like I kind of thought it. Plus, they're the second seed, so
I want to
But
give him. So I think we all agree on Brandon Ingram there.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's having the best season. He has the best potential. I mean, him and Zion could be the face of the Pelicans.
He actually became like the best player on the Pelicans when
Yeah.
everyone thought it was gonna be Zion. I think.
I just want to touch on the sixth man because I personally like the sixth man
Oh.
award. I say Dennis Schroeder. He went off.
Probably, yeah.
He
That's facts.
he led that
No.
bench of the.
I feel like he might be most improved. He could be most improved though. I know I said Brandon Ingram. I feel like he could
I
be
mean,
most improved.
Another good six man could be like Montrezl Harrell
But see,
Yeah.
that's a dicey
if
situation.
you count
there
him as a
because-
six man.
Yeah, him and
he plays
him and
way
Lou
more
Wi-
minutes than Zubac.
Yeah, him
as their
and Lou
starter.
Williams could both be six man of the year, but they basically play starting minutes. They literally just sub them in like 1 minute after the game starts.
Yeah.
That's
So
why
they
I
can
kind of thought about Dinwiddie, but the same thing. Dinwiddie had to start way too much with Kyrie hurt.
Exactly.
And I don't understand how they like judge it. Like it's the six
I
man
think-
is a weird
I think you got to come off the bench like most of the game.
most of the games. Okay.
I mean, I would guess.
Yeah.
I mean, like a
'Cause,
player like
like-
Dinwiddie, like
Yeah.
I consider
So-
Dinwiddie a starter.
Yeah, I
because
consider
Kyrie
him
was
a-
hurt so
Yeah,
like,
he
I
became
guess-
one near the end.
I consider Montrezl Harrell a starter because he plays most of the game.
Mhm.
I feel like
Yeah,
we'll start with Rookie of the Year, right?
I was gonna say defensive player of the year.
I mean, whatever you want to start with.
So I'll let Mort take this with who he thinks defensive player of the year should be.
Okay, so my original thought this whole season was Anthony Davis, but right before we started, when I had seen some of the stats, I'm kind of leaning towards Hassan Whiteside. Because the dude was terrible with the Heat. He goes to the Trailblazers, averaging a double-double with 3 blocks. I mean,
Mhm.
I don't know. Anthony Davis, I still think would probably get it, but I think Whiteside was putting in work. You could make a case for him.
Yeah,
He was like 13 boards and 3 blocks. I don't know how many steals. I think Anthony Davis would have edged him on the steals, but I don't know.
Okay,
That's what I would say.
I'm gonna
One
have
of those two.
I think the top
I'm
two
having-
options is 80 and 80 and Giannis. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah, you could say
I was gonna have an unpopular opinion with Mort probably for Giannis, but
Yeah, you could say Giannis there.
yeah, he was putting up amazing numbers. He had, I believe, a 96.4 defensive rating, which was better than anybody in the NBA. He was the only player under 100 for that category. And I mean, his defensive numbers, he wasn't putting up that many blocks or steals, but him being on the court affected the other team's play so much because he's a 6'10" freak from Greek.
Yeah,
so
but I feel like they look at stats. Like they really pay attention to those blocks and steals.
see, they do, but at the same time, they do look at that defensive effectiveness and when you're on the court and when you're not on the court, how well you're affecting that team.
I mean, like,
Like
I didn't. Yeah, I mean, like, I didn't look up Hassan Whiteside's, but like, he has to be doing a big presence with 3 blocks a game.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know how many steals he had. I think 80 would have edged him on the steals, but that's my 2. Considering that Gobert won it from averaging, I think Gobert had around the same numbers, like Donkey had around the same numbers. So that's why I thought you could only make a case for him. But my original thought in this whole time has been AD. Because for a while, AD was leading in steals and blocks until
actually
took it over.
I mean, yeah, AD has 1.5 steals and 2.4 blocks. Yeah, so top 2 is probably AD and Giannis. But I feel like Giannis won't win Defensive Player there.
I feel like he has the chance. It will probably be AD, but I feel like Giannis has a fighting chance for it.
I mean, I think Giannis is winning another award.
Yeah, we'll get to that though.
As much as I love the man on the jersey.
So I think we'll have to agree with AD here for this. But Hassan Whiteside, with the season he's putting up, I haven't seen him any considerations for it. But
yeah, I hadn't either. But like looking at that, like right there, 3.1 blocks and 14.2 rebounds.
What does the steals look like?
Yeah, I was wondering what's his steals like too.
0.4.
0.4? Okay, yeah,
See,
80 edges him out then.
Yeah, AD. I feel like AD gets that.
Yeah, I feel like he gets a lot of blocks, but he probably doesn't have a good defensive rating, I feel like.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I feel like we can move to Rookie of the Year, which
I mean, this should be a unanimous decision. I really
no meatballs allowed.
I really think if you think it's Zion,
people can say Zion, but he hasn't played enough games to qualify it.
You might want to get checked. I just want to put that.
Even if he did play in enough games, I still think Ja.
The fact that Ja has the Grizzlies in the playoffs,
it's
just all that
just
he should win automatically.
So here's my take.
And
you're going to say none, aren't you?
All right. So my opinion on the Rookie of the Year, it's Ja. If Zion would have had enough games, if he would have, because how he played when he did come back, he played very well, I believe. But
they kind of forced him the ball to make the crowd go crazy and stuff. Ingram would have gotten tired of that after a while if he played the whole year.
But I feel like Zion could have had a chance because Zion was playing good, but Ja definitely had the better season. So it's unanimous. I don't think anybody else can say different. There's no real player.
No. I thought you were going to mess around and say none or somebody.
No, none could have had a chance, but he's the closest guy that's next. That isn't.
Yeah, I put him in second.
Another sleeper is Kobe White.
Yeah, he had a really good second half of the season.
My man still wasn't starting for the Bulls, was he? He was still off the bench.
He was like a sixth man.
Because they finally started him.
Yeah, I think they started him after a while at the 2 guard. Because then they were playing Zach LaVine at the 3. I don't know what they're
That's
doing there in
kinda
Chicago.
random, but
But, all right, so John Morant for Rookie of the Year?
Yep, we had
Yeah.
Defensive Player of the Year now.
Nope.
we
Yeah,
just
Oh,
went over that.
MVP.
Yep. Okay, that's why we keep you here, Joe. So we got MVP.
No,
It was a 2-man race for most of the season. You could make
Still
your
going to
case.
continue to be.
There's a
You
third
could-
player that could be in it too. Even though
Yeah, I
he
was
won't
say
win it.
you can make your case for like I could say 2 other players and Kawhi Leonard and James Harden, but the
See,
2 main. What were you gonna say?
See, I was gonna say Luka Doncic could be another one that could be in
Yeah,
the race.
Luka.
Yeah,
Luka
I would put
definitely
Luka
could've.
there over Harden just by the fact that he does
He won't
more.
win it, but he should be in the race.
Yeah, Luka definitely, but for the fact of his team is a 7th seed,
Yeah,
I think that's where they could be like, no, your team has to be better.
Yeah, that's the best part about the NBA. They factor in how the team is doing with these ding awards. I'm like, other sports giving out MVPs to teams that
Oh no.
consistently
Uh-huh.
finish 4th place, but anyway.
I am not here
that
to
was
bud.
a shot at the Angels. We get it. Okay.
Okay, but it's been a 2-man race between LeBron and Giannis. But personally, I think Giannis edges him out
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm just saying.
as of
yeah.
right now.
Yeah,
I think
As of right
Giannis
now.
runs away with it.
yeah, but
You ready to hear mine?
like
I mean, no, hold
LeBron's having an insane season though.
Yeah, you
For a
can't
man in his
discredit.
17th year, we've never seen that before.
You can't discredit LeBron. He's having an amazing season, but Giannis is just
Yeah.
having
just
a
look at his
better
stat
season.
line.
He's having a way better season.
Like he's a
And
pretty sure he
can we have
leads
your
like the
take?
Bucks and everything.
yeah, basically, can we have your take here, Mort?
Yes.
See, you disappeared.
So the whole season, I thought Giannis too. Man was going crazy. Plays in the East,
Let me just
but if anybody else saw like the last
press him.
10, 15 games, LeBron was a different animal. I think he was continuing that, and he was gonna finish and win MVP.
Oh my.
Is LeBron. That's not even favoritism. That's just straight. They were first place in the West. He was leading the league in assists. They could have almost what was the difference between their records with the Bucks?
The Bucks were 53-12, and the Angels, the Lake.
4 games.
And the Lakers are
Yeah.
49-14.
I think they could have snuck up. I think the way that they were playing after the trade deadline and All-Star break, I think he had a chance.
But
he
Yeah,
could
definitely.
have.
Because, I mean, I love AD and I hope he stays, but when LeBron was out, it was a completely different team. Still, even with AD. So I
They
think
don't really have a point guard
that
without
factors
LeBron.
it.
but that's the other thing. LeBron, he takes
That's
games
that's
off.
bias aside too. By the way, I know nobody's gonna believe me, but the whole
No,
year I
I-
thought Giannis until like
I mean,
the last
all I'm
few
saying
games.
is you're leading the league in a stat when you're in your 17th year. Like that's just
Okay, but he's leading the league in. He's leading the league in kind of it's my 17th year. I'm passing the ball off to you. You score for me.
Yeah,
it's
save it for the
amazing.
playoffs still, but yes.
But then when you look at Giannis, he's 3rd in points,
In his
3rd
prime.
in rebounds.
I mean, who else is gonna rebound the ball on that team?
And Giannis averages like 6 assists a game.
Yeah, let me.
Well, like,
Yeah,
who
I mean,
else is gonna grab
Giannis can do
rebounds
all
on
that being in his prime, but also like
Brooke Lopez.
I know it's like all around defensively, but I don't know. I was just say the Lakers had the better defense too.
I was
but...
saying, who's gonna grab rebounds on that team? Brooke Lopez? Is he on the?
Nah, he camps out of the 3-point line, waits to get the ball in the corner.
Exactly.
But Brooke is also one of their best interior defensive players on that
Yeah,
team.
he is.
Yeah, no. I'm not clowning on Brooke Lopez here. I'm just saying, like, He gets
They got Robin Lopez.
He gets
I was
four.
gonna say, if you're gonna clown on any of the Lopez's, it's Robin.
He gets
Lunatic.
4 rebounds a game. I mean, Giannis he's the center on that team pretty much.
Like I said, I thought Giannis until I saw what was happening. He made a real good case towards the end.
You know,
I think
changed
of
my pick, honestly.
You can't. I don't think you can say without the season being fully made. That's what kind of messes it up because they were on. I mean, they were on a 1-game losing streak, but they were 8-2 in their last 10, and they were about to roll.
Yeah, that's the hard thing about this is 1, it goes on how well your team's doing, and then 2, the season isn't over. And
that was the time we've missed the time that would have solidified it. I mean, obviously the season wouldn't have been over by now, but that was right before it was about to get good.
And if I'm correct, the awards come out after the season now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like them facing off in the finals, which I think it was kind of we all thought it was going to end up there, that would have really solidified who was going to get it.
Well, I think they do it like the other sports, though. They still vote when the season
they
ends
vote
before the playoffs.
Yeah, they go by regular season.
Yeah, you're right.
So it wouldn't
But
matter
still.
either way.
I mean,
Yeah,
all I'm
but-
saying is this season solidifies. This is a whole different episode we did, but this 17th season by LeBron solidifies why he's the best player. I know that's a whole different series and video, but
I would have to see the playoffs how he would have done.
he literally I mean, LeBron in the playoffs. I mean,
you can't use age against them with Giannis being in his prime, but for what was going on in LA, leading the team and everything, besides like I think whatever 80 was in.
And I think it's just point.
I mean, Giannis did the same thing for the Bucks too, but
moving on here, we could still possibly see this end of the season, and we could still possibly see who actually will win these awards with the season completing, because I think they're starting to narrow down that the games could be continued to be played in Las Vegas or in Orlando, respectively, which I'm assuming Orlando would be where the East teams would play, and
that's what I'm thinking too.
And that Las Vegas would be the West teams would play. And I think they would just finish off their games against each conference and then maybe meet for the playoffs at that point and not play like probably maybe 10 games to warm back up into the season and then maybe hop into the playoffs.
Well, they said they need 3 weeks before they play any games.
3 weeks? I didn't hear that.
No, I saw that somewhere. I said they need three weeks before any games are played.
And
wait, no, that might have been MLB, but I mean it still goes for this.
It is MLB, but...
Yeah, I still think you can't jump into any games because you never know what could happen. No team has clinched. I mean, because then.
I mean, Brown would have came out there with the Mr. T beard and ready to go to work.
Well, no, here's the thing, because I know Giannis, he came out like when all this happened. He doesn't even have a basketball court at his house.
I was just about to say that.
So he hasn't been able to practice and obviously he's done everything he can to stay in shape, probably dribbling the basketball in his driveway, doing whatever he can to, but he hasn't had the full chance to run full court, doing scrimmages, shooting.
And he's just been chilling. He just had a kid, so he's just been chilling with the kid.
Come on.
Yeah.
Okay, we're acting like a man who has all this money isn't gonna find somewhere to play. Like he's definitely been practicing 100%. He's definitely finding places to play.
Yeah, he obviously had to, but there's other players in the NBA that haven't had the chance to.
He probably goes to one of his teammates' houses or something, or like some.
No, I'm not. I'm not even referencing him anymore. I'm talking about really any player in the league.
Yeah.
Not every player has the opportunity to just be like, oh yeah, let me go here when I want. They don't and not every player has a basketball court or has a hoop. I mean, it's going to be hard to transition back after taking almost 2 months off.
Yeah, that's why they need 3 weeks to
That's why.
Wow, but that makes for a really good playoff. Everybody's real rested and ready to go.
Oh yeah, that'll make.
They just they amp it back up and they'll be ready.
That's true.
It would be one of the best playoffs in NBA history if we seen that.
Everyone at full force.
Everyone at basically season starting level at like game one.
But
game
they'll all
one.
be rusty.
Yeah, that's another thing.
That's why they play those few games to get it going, and they're such competitors. The second the playoffs hit, they're ready.
It'll be kind of like a preseason, like them coming back into the season. They'll play like 5-10 games just to get back in the mood, kind of finish up the season maybe, just to see like if those bubble teams can make the playoffs, and then they just jump right into it.
Mm-hmm.
I think like the playoffs will be for any team this year. Like they all have a chance with this.
Yeah, because you get all those players back that were injured. I mean, it could be really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's all we had to talk about, really. We were just kind of summing up the season there. Personally, I think the NBA will come back by the start of June. If they don't come back by then, if they don't come back by July, I don't think we'll see it, personally. I think it'll be kind of the end of this season, and they should just wrap everything up at that point.
As I said, I'm still annoyed I didn't get to see the game.
I mean,
I had tickets.
I really think they should because, I mean, then again, you could have a short. Because when would the season end then?
What do you mean?
When would like the season end?
Okay, if they started, let's say they started June 1st, season would probably end.
Yeah, but they're not starting June 1st.
I know. Hypothetically,
I feel like July 1st. I feel like July 1st.
Hypothetically, they start July 1st. I heard that they would play games back to back. Like you would be playing games in back to back. You would finish a series in a week, basically. That's what I read in a report.
Especially because they're not traveling or anything.
Yeah, you would finish like a 7-game series in almost a week or two. Like it would
better get in shape.
It would be fast paced, and I think if they start July 1st, they would end of August, end of August.
Then they have the draft right away.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a few weeks before summer league starts.
Yeah, but then
even though summer will be over.
Yeah, it'll be like a fall league.
No, I feel
like
but then
they would get rid of the.
I think they would skip
league.
it too.
Are they gonna jump into the league like 2 months after? Like I think.
No, didn't they say they're gonna start like Christmas Day?
Yeah, they want to start Christmas Day.
But then that's gonna fuck up everything else.
Yeah, it's gonna be a short season.
Because what they want, which a lot of people have been preaching the past couple of years, they want to start Christmas Day. Like from now on, they wanted to move back the season anyways, but they really hadn't had a chance because it would have just messed up the whole season. So I feel like this would be kind of like a new start for them. They start on Christmas Day. They're away from the start of the NFL season. They're away from that World Series. They kind of have their own.
Yeah.
They kind of have their own season almost for a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like that would bring a lot more people to the NBA. Because there's really no sports going on then. Besides the NFL playoffs, but those are only on 1-2 days a week.
And you get the playoffs in the summer. That'd be sick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, playoffs in the summer, that's a lot better.
Yeah, so
that makes it better for the Eastern, like the East teams.
Mm-hmm.
Like with snow-wise and everything, you'll be starting the season like that, but then you'll be good. Like players won't be scared of coming north or east or whatever because of weather conditions. They'll all be playing during almost the summer and everything. So
maybe people will actually go to Canada.
You play indoors?
So you have
but they still are scared to go outside and stuff is what I'm saying.
So I think
cold weather.
So what I think they do Christmas Day,
weird.
Say the season continues, Bucks Lakers final, whatever that happens. Christmas Day, opening day, you have Bucks and Lakers face off against. Bucks Lakers. You have a primetime game right off the bat, get people watching, and then you just go from there.
Because they would be playing on Christmas no matter what. Whoever they were playing, they'd already be playing games.
Mm-hmm. So you have 5 solid primetime games on Christmas against you have the Celtics, Raptors, the Heat in there, and then the Bucks obviously, and then you have the Lakers, Clippers, Rockets,
That
then-
starts some big rivalries between
wait,
these teams too. I mean, we'll talk about it later on down the road, probably in a different video.
Mhm.
But if it's Bucks Lakers rivalry, that gets Giannis staying and he's ready to go
Yeah.
in the
Wait,
future.
that's a pause.
Or will Giannis go to LA?
Wait, are games played on Christmas technically prime time?
I mean, they would be. It would be opening
It's the
day.
only
They
thing
always
happening
have
that
been.
day.
Alright, so I'd rather watch paint dry than watch Kirk Cousins play on.
Any
I'm
night, yeah, we know. But
So I would definitely rather seeing LeBron play because currently I have nothing against it, but who likes watching like 9 interceptions be thrown?
Yeah.
I mean not 9, but you know what I mean.
And it would bring, I feel like it would just bring a lot of viewership because you have everyone at home together, and you get the best teams in the NBA facing off against each other. Opening day, Christmas Day, it would go amazingly. I feel like.
nothing like a little kid waking up on Christmas morning,
Yeah.
unwrapping a new Jaylen Brown jersey and watching him play later that night. I said Jaylen because I didn't want to say Giannis. I didn't want to say LeBron. I didn't want to say Steph. Like, I just wanted to say someone random, so I wasn't
You could have said
favoriting.
Ja Morant.
Yeah,
You should have said Kyle Lowry.
I didn't want to.
You
I
could've
didn't want to
said
make it sound like I was
Zion Williamson.
favoriting someone, so I just went with Jaylen Brown.
No, like that would be perfect. You have the young stars face off against each other. You have Memphis and the Pelicans play each other Christmas Day. Then you have the Bucks and Lakers face each other.
That's like
and-
the night game. The Pelicans and Grizzlies are the early game.
Yeah, you get rival. You start rivalries that day. You create the storylines for the season.
Knowing the NBA, they'd make the Pelicans go get the Lakers the first game
Probably.
Yeah, because of ESPN.
because they love the Pelicans.
Another thing.
But I just sorry. You can go
No,
ahead, Neil.
you go first. Mine's for like the end of the video. So go first.
Oh, I was just gonna say it would be a really great way to start off the season. It would create amazing storylines, and it would just be the NBA is already probably in my eyes one of the best leagues in America. Adam Silver, he's really stepped up to the plate. He had a slow start as commissioner, I believe, but with the All-Star game this year, he made it amazing. I loved it.
They're the
And-
biggest worldwide too of any
Yeah.
sport.
He's really stepped up the plate, and he's become one of the best commissioners in America for the top sports leagues, I feel like. So
Yeah.
if he was able to pull off something like this, which I think he's very capable of, and I just think it would be amazing.
Yeah.
I think ever since KD left the Warriors, that made the NBA way better.
Yeah.
Rumor has it every time Adam Silver does something good, his head shines even more.
Okay, and I think that's
Wow. Okay.
I think that's something to go out on, right?
Yeah.
One thing I wanted
Someone
to
throw that
say.
in there?
So I'm not like gonna get on my knees and beg,
Mhm.
but just looking through the channel analytics, just saying, interesting stat. I mean, it's like 57% of people aren't subscribing. I'm not asking you guys to subscribe. I mean, I am asking you to subscribe. I'm not saying like you need to subscribe. I'm just saying it's one click, makes all our days better,
It gets us up there, gets us known to more people. We really want to try and build this channel more. And the more subscribers we get, the more views we get, possibly the more videos we could be putting out weekly, especially with sports slowly starting to come back. We got NASCAR coming up this weekend. I know it's not a big sport,
Woohoo.
but it's yeah.
Oh,
And
but
we'll be
it's another-
covering golf pretty soon too when that starts. I'm sure.
It's
And
another
professional dating.
it's another live sport that is an inch closer to us getting the NBA, MLB. It's back. It's the next step. So the more subscribers we have, the more videos we can put out, the more content we can produce for you guys and stuff like that.
Follow the Instagram and Twitter pages. Well, mostly
Yeah,
the Instagram.
that'll be in the description.
Yeah. And I guess we'll see you guys on Wednesday. Me and Mort we got a lot of content to talk about.
I can't wait. I can't
Yeah,
wait
Pump
for
for
it.
that
Yeah,
A&M
we got-
AM this week.
Yeah. We got a lot to talk about on A&M.
We'll be
in the
new and
AM.
improved, and it'll be a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Can't wait to hear about more Korean baseball.
I watched the game. It was
I
very
have my
interesting.
notes ready.
dude.
I
Is
have
that
my
what-
notes ready. You're going to hear
Man.
about the best hitter in the league. You wait.
We're
I
definitely
think I already know
the
what that
Korean-
is.
Yes, you
we're
do.
definitely the Korean baseball epicenter. So check
I'm the
us
number
out.
one. I'm the number one Giants fan. I forgot who they're sponsored by, but I'm the number one fan of them. They're never on TV.
So thanks for watching the video. See you guys on Wednesday morning.